Hello and welcome to The Good, the Bad and the Worst, a podcast where we watch movie trilogies and decide which movie's friends die from just being near it. I'm your host, Griner, and joining me tonight.
Conan, and this podcast isn't going to stop unless I stop it.
And I'm Luke, and I can't believe we're staying at the Psycho Killer Airbnb.
All right, boys. Tonight we're talking Scream 7, the seventh movie in the Scream series. Are we over Scream yet? Is 7 movies too many for this franchise?
If you had asked me a week ago, I would have said no. I would say yes now after watching this one. I felt like this trajectory of Scream movies had changed with the reboot a few years ago. I felt like I quite enjoyed the last few Scream movies. Obviously, I don't think anybody likes Scream 3 or what their thoughts are on Scream 2 or anything like that compared to the first one. But in recent years, I've been just like, oh no, like these are enjoyable movies. Like they're good, fun slasher movies. And I was kind of expecting the same coming into this one, but I don't know. I feel like this really showed that, I don't know, you can only do it for so long, I guess.
Yeah, there's been a lot of criticism about this. Like, this movie's kind of become, or this franchise has become exactly what it was conceived to criticize and to lambast. Like, the first Scream is all about subverting the tropes and sort of, not parroting, but playing with them and bringing to the forefront,
knowing those tropes exist and
bringing to the forefront like the artifice of horror films and specifically like teen slasher films, and kind of making fun of some of that stuff whilst also celebrating it and sort of being that perfect mash of like poking fun whilst also doing it really well. And then this is kind of at this point now, especially like this film, especially the characters it brings back, the characters it doesn't include, and the sort of again the metatextual nature of this film kind of make it kind of bring into this territory where this is now the exactly what the franchise once didn't respect. Like, it's very bogged down in lore. It feels kind of confused about what it's supposed to do and say, because all of them really make pretty overt statements about their own functions. Like the first one about all slashers, the Scream 2 talks about sequels, Scream 3 talks about franchises going too long, Scream 4 is the first requel, Scream 5 is another requel after a requel, and then 6 is like a soft reboot. And they're all like aware of that, and they all play in that in pretty effective ways. This one doesn't really have anything specifically to hang on to.
Yeah, it's that I don't know. It just seems difficult to keep that meta layer going for this long, right? Like, yep. At some point it gets old. At some point it gets tired. They even try to subvert that a bit here with the understudies of Courtney Cox. Like, they're like, oh no, we don't do the rules anymore or whatever. But it just kind of feels a bit lifeless, I guess. I don't know. Well, I kind of enjoyed this movie, though. I'm surprised you guys are this down on it. And in fact, I'm very surprised at the Metascore of this movie.
I enjoyed this. I didn't hate this movie. But this whole franchise is kind of movies that are just fun regardless. Like,
sure.
I have a real fondness for the first Scream. Like, the first is pretty iconic and pretty amazing. But all of these films, they kind of like, none of them need to exist. They're all kind of just rehashing the same thing the first Scream did. But they're all enjoyable in their own way. Some are better than others. But even this one, I didn't hate. But it definitely feels a little bit less than. But yeah, I don't hate this movie. I agree. I'm surprised the Metascore is so low. It's it seems kind of reviled, honestly, this movie, and I'm a little bit confused by that because to me, I'm like, this is kind of the same as all the others. Like, there's really not a whole lot aside from the casting changes. Like, this feels like a classic sort of Scream horror film.
Yeah. So, Grana, obviously, we watched this together. I had like an excitement about going to see this. Like, it's like, oh, cool, a new Scream movie. And I think walking out of that, I felt like I was probably even higher on it than I am now, sort of thing. Like I felt walking out, I was like, oh, that was fun. Like, what was I expecting? That's just dumb fun, sort of thing. I think the more I've come away from it and I'm thinking back at it, I'm like, like I don't know. There's stuff like we'll get into it obviously a bit later if you want to, but like the reveal I feel is like the weakest of the whole franchise.
Absolutely.
Where
Yes,
it
I will agree with
really
that too.
is
Yep.
not a payoff to anything, and I think that probably more than anything has left a bad taste in my mouth. Where I was like, that sucks because, I think that's the funnest aspect, and the Scream movies know this, where they paint everybody as a possibility because everybody's like, oh, it could be them, it could be them, it could be them, and you're thinking that the whole time, and then at the end it's just like, that's the stupidest thing. Like that's just, and it left a bad taste in my mouth. And I guess the more I think back on that, I'm just like, that was disappointing, and a disappointing third act for it overall, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like you said the word soulless earlier, growing up, and I just feel like that defines this movie. I just feel like there was nothing to it. It was just going through the motions of like, I don't know if you could say it's an AI generated Scream movie, basically. Like it's like this is what a Scream movie should be. Like I remember the last one, it was the different setting. Being in New York was kind of cool. There was the aspect I remember we talked about it, Conan, of like, seeing Ghostface with like a gun. Like in the convenience store, I was like, that's kind of cool. Like that's something different. You know what I mean? He's just like, there's a gun here. I'm going to shoot you with it. And it being in this big city, like, I don't know, there was a different aspect to it that mixed it up a bit. I felt like,
absolutely.
Obviously there was the new leads, which also made it interesting with their connection to the first movie's characters or whatever. It was the first one without Sydney, but yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this was a step down from the last few movies. Like obviously the one before that was Dewey. I don't know. My memory of them, I've only watched those ones once when they first came out, so I haven't rewatched them. But my memory of those movies are pretty high. Where I'm like, they were good movies, like good reboots. And this one, there's nothing in this movie that would make me want to go back and watch it again. And I feel like they probably should have just committed to some of the stuff. Like with the deepfake stuff, I don't know. It's kind of a cop out where I'm like, I kind of wanted them just commit. Like you're a campy movie, commit. Like I don't know. I've been pushing for Stu Marker to come back for like 10 years, so I'm kind of bummed that this is how we get it. But yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. All right. Now, before we get into the specifics too much, let's dig into some stats. He's taking a swig instead of singing our song for us. How dare he? Yeah, so like I said, this movie's Metascore is 36, which I think the next lowest is like Scream 4 on 52.
Is that higher than Scream 3's?
Scream 3 is 56.
Oh, wow.
So go Scream on 66, Scream 2 62, Scream 3 56, Scream 4 52, Scream 2022, which I guess is Scream 5, right? 60, and Scream 6 61. And poor old Scream 7, a massive 36. Seems low to me.
It is that is a big drop. Like I think you touched on it though, saying like, are we tired of Scream? I think this franchise has diminishing returns the longer it runs, as they all do. Like there is no horror franchise, or there's no franchise in general that 7 movies in is retaining its relevance, because like it just can't. Even Fast and the Furious started to get, after it's sort of being redeemed a little bit by 4 and 5, it starts to get stupid at 7 again, and that's when you start to go off the rails. And like all the OG like horror ones, like Friday the 13th, they were bad past 2, but like when you're in like 7, 8 territory, you know, it's a long historical joke that is when franchises should not reach those numbers. You should not have a movie with that number after it.
Yeah.
And like the radio
I was just going to say, like, the box office though, it's made 96 million on its opening weekend on a $45 million budget.
Yeah. Big
like that's actually not too bad. People are still coming to see this movie.
Good.
You know, Scream like 6 horror. Made 166 million for its whole run.
Yeah. People pay for horror. Like people turn out this stuff.
I guess I'll ask, at the end of Scream 6, obviously, there's this allusion to Sam Carpenter and Tara Carpenter, obviously Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera, that they're, I don't know, there's a hint that they could, or at least Sam could take on the mantle of Ghostface. Her obviously dad is Billy Loomis. Is that a direction you guys were interested to see what they would do in the next one? And is it disappointing for you that that's just obviously been wiped off the face of the planet for unknown reasons?
Ronnie, you go.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't have strong memories of those movies or those characters or that scenario, to be honest. Like, to be totally honest, every Scream movie past probably one or two just blurs together in a ghost-faced mess. I do remember him with a shotgun in a convenience store though.
I'd say it's memorable.
I mean, could this series ever have an installment from the killer's perspective? Because that feels like almost what you're setting up there, right? Like, if the killer's going to be a character we know from a previous movie, and we get that foreshadowing that they're going to become Ghostface, are you not then somewhat obliged to give us the perspective of Ghostface? And is that a valid Scream movie? I don't know.
Well, that's the problem, right? Like, how far do you go until it's no longer a Scream movie and it's something entirely different? Like, especially in a franchise that is built upon playing with the idea of final girls and the whodunit and who the killer is. Like, if you twist that formula on its head and make the main character, the final girl, the killer or something, or completely shift perspectives. Although it's like a really interesting exercise, like, is that the same thing? And what are you then coming to see? Like, it's a tricky thing with these guys. Like, you know what you're going to get with a Scream film, and it's tropey, and that's kind of its point. Once you start to miss with that too much, I'm not even saying you should or you shouldn't, but just as an exercise, like, that's a tricky thing, right? Because if you go to like Scream 10 and it's a buddy cop horror adventure film, you're gonna be like, what this is? You're gonna be like, hashtag not my Scream. So you can't, like, although that direction they were taking it is interesting. It's kind of like you're kind of stuck a little bit.
What if that movie came out and it was called It was called Ghostface, right? It wasn't called Scream. It wasn't Scream 7 or 8 or whatever. It was just called Ghostface.
Called Stab.
Or, yeah.
Call it Scary. What about Scary Movie? But it's like a comedy about.
Oh yeah,
that's a good idea.
Oh, that's a good one. See, I feel like the next one in that perspective would be you'd be introduced to a new lead, and like Sam and Tara would be playing the Sydney role of like, the mentors that have gone through this shit before, talking to this new young person, and then it'd be revealed that they're the Ghostface. Maybe they succeed in killing the new lead at the end of it, as opposed to the stories told from their perspective. Would be more realistic, keeping in line with Scream. I don't know. I just feel like that's more interesting than what we get. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, yes, like the Radio Silence guys were taking this in a good direction with 5 and 6. I think by just bringing in new characters, still connecting it with enough of like with interesting stuff. I mean, it falls down. They fell into the trap, as does this one, of like trauma becomes the text of the film, and trauma as the horror text is very, very trite. But this movie is shackled more than anything by like its production mishaps. Like by Jenna Ortega and Melissa Barrera being ousted because of pro-Palestinian tweets. It's like the franchise was going to be made because it made money, it was profitable, and all the work that the past two movies had set up was scrapped, and so they had to go back and do the only thing that you really could do, and that was go back to Neve Campbell, right? Like, because what else? Yeah.
So is that really the reason?
Yes, 100%. Like they literally said that. Like she came out and basically said, "Oh, I don't support genocide," and so they were like, "You're fired."
Yeah.
So our overlords don't like you. You're not going to be in the next movie anymore. And Jenna Ortega quit.
Yeah, she quit in solidarity. And I think then on the back of that, the Radio Silence guys were also like, yeah, we don't want to do this then. And that's why this is made by Kevin Williamson, who wrote the original one. And so he's obviously like lives and breathes this franchise. And so I think he came on because they were like, we just need someone who will can do a film like this. And so, like, this film has an admirable sort of cynicism to it about that as well. Like, they talk a lot about how Sydney's like, man, I shouldn't have missed New York. And they keep sort of referencing how, like, there's just this weird patch that she's completely out of. And it's kind of trying to be like, yeah, we know that there's 2 other movies that we're just not talking about now. And that works for the meta-ness of it, where, like, it knows what it is. It understands its place in the real world.
Yeah.
The problem is, I think it spends a lot of time trying to play catch up and being like, well, we just wasted 2 films of stuff. What do we do? How do we rehash that? And like, if you can't use Billy Loomis again because they just spent 2 movies doing Billy Loomis again, then you got to do Stu Macher. And again, kind of all good ideas. Doesn't do a whole lot with them. Like, the key word in this that one of the twins drops is nostalgia. She's like, this time it's all about nostalgia. And it's like, that's not really a...
It didn't feel nostalgic.
Really a meta commentary. No, and also, like, that's not a comment. You can't make a commentary on nostalgia. You can make a commentary on sequels and reboots and requels. You can't do it on nostalgia. So, and the fact they kind of get rid of the rules is like, I feel like it's aware that it kind of doesn't know what it's doing.
It does feel that way. Like, this one feels the most like a standard ass slasher movie, right? It did to me anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Obviously, even from like the get-go, I guess when, you know, playing on the nostalgia thing, the opening scene is going back to the first Scream house and seeing all the bodies and stuff like that. And there's a cool aspect to that, but I feel like obviously for like the Scream opener, it's more comedy than horror. Like for Scream 7, I feel like it's more like this guy's been silly. Oh, look, there's all these chalk outlines. Grant, like you laughed a couple times in that first opening thing. Well,
are you going to dob me in for every little opener. Giggle? Am I not allowed to enjoy myself in a cinema anymore?
Come on. Well, people were dying, Andrew. People were dead. You were laughing.
Yeah. When the woman got stabbed, Grant just cackled to like his head off. He was just like,
look. Yes. What am I going to do when Jimmy's on screen? When American Vandal's on screen? He's funny AF.
That's what he's from.
And he has a great voice. He has I love his voice so much.
I knew I recognized him from something. He does have a great voice, doesn't he?
But there's, I don't know, and I'd have to go back and think about other ones, but like, I like the first kill kind of being a bit horror. Like Scream 6 had Samara Weaving like on the date night. She's like
really good,
and that was an awesome opening scene, like that, and like different, you know, and get stabbed in like the middle of an alley in New York. It's like different than anything that came before, and it was genuinely like, oh, that's scary. And I don't know, this just sets the tone. It's like, oh, okay, this is funny. Look, nostalgia. Oh my god, these characters that have been in every movie are all back. Look at this. Like, it's Courtney Cox again. How much nostalgia do you have for her? But it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't. I guess the main thing, obviously, Matthew Lillard is back as Stu Macher, and I guess that's the nostalgia thing. But it's not even really him either. So I don't know.
It
doesn't hit the nostalgia thing for me.
Oh, you mean like in the text?
In the text, yeah. It's the actor, yes. Imagine if they AI'd the actor. That'd be pretty bad.
Imagine if they AI'd. That would have been, that's ballsy. But yeah, and I love Matthew Lillard. I'm a huge Matthew Lillard guy. You know,
you've been trying to get Stu Macher back in this series for like 4 movies. So
I have. Yes. I've been like pitching it. They must have listened to the podcast.
They're big fans.
But yeah, and I get making a joke of it of like, because there was a part of me that when they first show him on her screen and he's like, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, oh, that's disappointing. They've ruined it. Like, it should have been a cool reveal as opposed to like, is it really him the whole movie? But then we just get, I don't know, the chick from Pitch Perfect.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
I mean, let's talk. Yeah, like the reveal really does feel like they have no. That's the biggest weakness of this is that.
Yeah,
there is no payoff. There's no connective tissue. It's the random. It's the random guy from the thing that he's in one scene, and then
their
next door neighbor that's too nice, right?
Who was willing to kill her son as well? Like, it's just like
bit hardcore. I guess, and what her motive I didn't really understand either. It's
no, I couldn't make head nor tails of it either.
Yeah, it's like you healed my trauma, but I don't need you, but we need
So
to
you
have
must
one
die.
of you. So I'm gonna make another one of you. It's like I guess is that it? There needs to
But
always
as in
be a
what?
Sydney
Was she going to
feel-
leave the daughter alone? Like let her live?
Yeah.
No, she was going to
Great
kill her
question.
too. So makes no
Yeah,
sense.
all a bit strange. Again, that really is like the giveaway. Like, okay, they didn't really understand what to do with this, and like, I don't try to guess the solutions to these films generally, but as soon as she came on the screen, it was like they've introduced the mother of the friend. She's really friendly. I was like, I feel like it's going to be her, and I nailed it. Is my point. You guys can clap now.
I had the thought about the guy in
Thank
the
you.
mental hospital. The second he
right.
confirmed, no, well, but the second he said, "Oh, I know that guy. That's John Doe." I was like, okay, either Stumacher is back alive, but if he's not, then this guy's just full of shit and lying. So he's in on it, obviously.
Would you have preferred if Schumacher was alive?
I was going to say,
would
would you have preferred that, or would you have been okay? Like, yeah, like does it become paranormal then? Is that a problem for this series?
I always felt
Well, I
like
guess-
he had the least thing of like, oh, he's definitely dead. Like the TV falls on him.
I actually don't remember. So that's what happens to him. They explain it off well enough in this for being like the form wasn't signed or something. I was like, maybe yeah. Like I don't know how morgues work. I don't know what's going on in the American justice system.
Yeah, there's so many. I was about to analyze the plot, but there's so many plot holes. Like, why even go to that trouble? What's the point? Yeah, I would have been. I would have been totally.
The audience.
I would have been totally fine with him coming back. Retcon it however you want.
Yeah.
Explain it away however you like. Honestly, the amnesia and floating around and being homeless for 15 years kind of works for me. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I was on board for it.
Yeah.
When he said John Doe, and I was like, oh, awesome, this is cool. He's like, oh, he kept thinking he was Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo gang as well at some point.
He did a stint in Hollywood for 20
sense.
years.
yeah.
It all makes sense.
All right, that would have been a pretty good meta thing, right? Turns out he actually becomes an actor named Matthew Lillard, makes like films for 20 years, then realizes that he's Schumacher and kills again.
Exactly. That's meta. Yeah.
That's a film.
But that's the thing. Like, I feel like this movie had like, I was on board, and then we get the basically the final act, the final reveal, and it's just such a letdown. Like, I could have overlooked the lack of good meta narrative or whatever, and just had a fun thriller movie to watch, fun slasher. But yeah, it's just such a disappointing ending. It lets the whole rest of the movie down.
Yeah, I agree, because up until then it's pretty good. Like I like the opening scene. I get what you mean, Luke, where it's like it is more kind of a comedy. Like,
but it's good.
Play for a lot.
I like
but
it.
And it is kind of, like, it is scary. The jump scares all got me. Even though I was like,
yeah.
As soon as she walks in the room and turns it on, it's like there's got to be something, and there is something, and it still works, and like all of that's good. And then sorry, Grant, what are you saying?
I was just gonna say, like, there's a pretty good use, like, both at the start and then throughout the movie of like you catch a glimpse of like Ghostface behind them or whatever, like in the dark or behind the plastic or whatever it happens to be. They're only there for a moment. Like it's Ghostface feels kind of scary in this movie, where he doesn't always in some of the other ones.
No, he's a little bit more of a full on killer. And the other ones obviously there's a goofiness there where he's always tripping over things and getting knocked around, and that happens a bit in this, but it does feel a little bit more full on.
I do like that everybody gets a bit of a punch in on him before they die, right? Like, the Ghostface always takes a few hits before getting his victim.
Yeah, I'm still super questionable about how many hits he can take and why he can always survive. Like, gets hit in the head a lot. Really, I want to see like that mask be revealed. I want them to reveal that mask is like armor, like a titanium.
Shit up.
No, just like a titanium helmet, and that's why he's okay. Because every time they do something, he's just like, it's like trying to attack a Teutonic Knight. You just can't get through him. That would make sense.
He has the John Wick suit. And he goes the same person for his cloak.
There's a crossover we could have.
There you go. He takes us off at John Wick. Joel McHale is good as the dad in this. I don't mind him.
Yeah.
I like seeing him.
Does he look like a little Stu Macker-esque to you guys? Like, do you guys see that, or is it just me? Like, I felt like they were playing on that sort of thing quite a bit in this movie, but it might be just me.
Like, should there have been a sex scene where Sid's like, "Oh, Stu"?
Yes,
like, what?
that's what I was. That's what I was after.
Oh.
That's what I was after. I mean, a Joel McHale sex scene. That's all I was really wanting.
Yep.
We've been asking for this since Community. Like, what's going
Exactly.
on?
6 seasons in a movie,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing him like he's a really good casting choice because he has like that Community energy, and you sort of know he's playing just a chief of police. He's a really good guy, but there is a natural sort of like edge to it where you're like, is he gonna be the bad guy? Like he's the villain in The Bear. He's an asshole in Community, and so they play with that pretty well, I think. What did you guys think of all the other casts, like the new friends who come in, like Tatum, her three friends, I guess, and then the twins come back. Like,
I will say I am disappointed that Hayden Panettiere didn't return after being in the last one. I was excited for Kirby to be back. So,
me too.
with her friends, I felt like the twins I liked more in the previous ones than this one. I felt like they weren't funny or anything in this one. I felt like they just were adding stupid commentary that I didn't enjoy. Yeah, I don't know about the friends. Like the stage kills are cool, like in the play and everything like that.
That's a really good scene.
Yeah.
The scene of the guy getting put on the beer tap is pretty brutal.
It's pretty fun.
Griner laughed at that bit.
So unnecessary.
Imagine
the beer pouring out of his mouth, just so unnecessary.
Knee slapping. No,
Griner's holding onto his armrest. He's like, yes, get him.
Yeah, and Courtney Cox. It's kind of weird that she just disappears for like the final act. Like Sydney runs away from her, and Courtney is just like, damn, and then shows up in like the final scene of like, right. Well, that was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't believe you ran away from me an hour ago. Like, damn you slippery thing. It's just, I don't know. So much of the ending of this didn't work for me, but
yeah, it's a bit weak. I did like that. Like, Sydney wasn't. She wasn't taking any shit, right? Like, she wasn't scared when she got the first prank call. She wasn't ever scared of Matthew Lillard. She's talking shit back to him. She's like, now you shoot him in the head right now. Like, don't take any chances. I mean, they still failed to do it, but
yeah.
She seemed to have her shit together in a way the final girl should in their 7th outing or 6th outing, whatever she's up to now.
Yeah, I think it's like with all these things, all the characters could be a little bit smarter, but
Yes.
she is pretty good in this in terms of she's not completely crippled by anything. She's strong enough, and she's also distinct enough from like Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis. I'm blanking on the name. She's not like, she hasn't gone full survival nut like, I've been training 30 years for this. She's living a normal life, so she's prepared and she's kind of vigilant about everything, but she's not full crazy. Like, she's having a normal life.
See, when Anna Camp at the end is explaining like her motive for everything, and it's all about trauma and all this, I was just like, oh, Conan would be loving this. Conan would be loving this. Like, yes. Tell me about the trauma.
I think I was having a stroke in the movies.
Yeah. I don't know how you guys feel. I feel like this movie was kind of going back and forth on making the daughter like the new Sydney. Like, I feel like at the start, like, she puts on her jacket. There's a part of me that was like, okay, she's going to be the lead of this movie with like Neve as this background character that's sort of overlooking stuff. But she's going to be like the new protagonist. But then they kind of take that away and then focus on Neve again, and the daughter's more the damsel in distress sort of thing. I don't know. Do you guys feel that?
It definitely feels like they're trying to build her, like they're trying to create something with her. I think because they know they can't have Neve Campbell forever. Like, what Neve Campbell got paid a lot of money for this movie. I don't know. I'm looking up how much right now, but
Well, what else has Neve got going on? To be fair,
well, it took her away from Twisted Metal.
Yeah, that's right, Andrew.
Sorry,
Yeah,
that was
some
a
people
big
haven't
problem.
watched Twisted
that
Metal.
great show. No,
It is. That
I
show's
hear it's
really
good. I hear
good.
it's good. I hear only good things. I'm only joking.
Yeah. No, so she got paid $7 million for this, like, which is like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, like that's a lot of money. I'm just trying to think. I'm like, Brad Pitt got paid $30 million for F1, and so this is like a quarter of that. Which, when you think about those two movies, they're vastly different. Like $7 million. That's why she wasn't in Scream 5 and 6, because they wouldn't pay her as much money as she wanted. But then after all this she went down behind the scenes, they had to shell out because they're like, what else do we do? And so I think you're right, Luke, that Tatum is definitely being established as like the next Neve, and she's a perfect progression. She's Neve Campbell's daughter. They can continue on with all the lore and someone from her past, blah, 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 blah. My biggest problem is that none of the young cast are overly interesting.
But they're all dead now anyway, right? Like, they're inconsequential. If they continue on with Tatum, she has no friends now.
Which in itself is fine, but like, I don't know. You think
that's
back
a
to
good
Scream
trauma
1,
they
and,
can
like,
talk about in the next movie.
that is some fantastic trauma. We need more horror movies that navigate trauma because it's such an untapped well.
Yeah.
For freak's sake.
Well,
But like, you think about Scream 1, like all of the actors in that, Matthew Lillard, Skeet, what's his name? Skeet Ulrich.
Steve Ulrich,
Like Nick Campbell, these were all like,
David
they
Arquette.
weren't established, but they became good. Like, they were actors, they continued on and they were good and they were sort of memorable. So far, I'm like, out of the three, the ones they've cast are all up and comers. McKenna Grace is having a big career, but she's the first one to get killed off, basically. But I don't know, none of the other ones were really interesting. Like, the boyfriend I found really bland.
Yep.
And then the creepy kid was really one note and really like unremarkable. And her other friend was just really forgettable. And so then Tatum herself, like, I don't know, she's okay. She's not Neve Campbell. Like, she's
The
No, I agree.
creepy kid.
just didn't work for her.
I think they've given up on trying to make these, they're just gonna. It's just Neve Campbell or nothing. I think they've given up on trying to get a new generation in as the Scream Queens.
But they can't. They have to get someone new eventually.
Do they? Or do they just let it die?
I mean,
I
they
don't know.
had Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
Which-
that's the thing. They have, yeah.
So apparently her salary for Scream 6 was $5 million. So she was on
Oh,
5.
damn.
And that was
But
just
she
for
is
her,
also like
so-
she is like one of the most prolific actors of the generation. Neve Campbell is like you say, is not doing anything else except this now.
Yeah. But how funny is that though? Her Scream 5 salary was $500,000, and then Scream 6 was $5 million. So that was
Shit.
they got her right at the right time for Scream 5, and then her
Yeah.
budget increased a lot.
Maybe it was a good thing she's no longer in it. Then they don't have to keep paying that out. But like that's proof they tried to reset it and they can do it. They kind of have to. Like, you can't have Neve Campbell forever being the final girl. You can't have her like 15 times.
I'm here for like nursing home Neve Campbell escaping nursing home Ghostface. They're with their
22.
walkers wandering down the halls to escape each other. I'm here for it.
Poison in her pills and shit. Just like, but yeah, I don't know. Just yeah, there's nothing much to this movie.
Run out of things to say already.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
so did the movie.
That's true. The movie had nothing to say. As far as
like
fun
the coffee
slashes
shop.
go, I was fine with it. Her coffee shop was kind of cute.
Yeah.
I'd go
I
get
like
a coffee there.
shop. That's right.
I'd
We
go
could
sit
get
there
Molly
with you boys and
Browns.
talk about religion for 3 hours.
Yeah,
Dope. And
Yeah.
everyone there, so like, she's got good muffins on display. Like, they seem to actually make proper brews. You know, and
homemade
then-
banana bread.
Yeah, like it's a good cafe if they do that. Well, it depends how dark it is. If the bread's not dark, it means they don't use enough molasses, and it's just never as good. So just keep that in mind. But I like the scene where Tatum's in there and Ghostface is trying to break in, and she's got to get the gun, and it's, she's calling her up and all that. Thought that was pretty neat, and she's like, "You're gonna have to shoot through the wall." Then becomes really frustrating where she's like, "Shoot her in the head," and she just doesn't. It's like,
I know, like, why not just stick your hand out
No,
the door
but
and
he's dead
Come
already,
on.
Mom. It's all good.
yeah, I don't like that, but again, all these movies have moments like that where characters do really dumb thing because they're in a horror film. So.
No escaping it. All right. Does this movie rank above any of the other Scream movies? They're hard to remember. It's probably above 3 and 4 for me.
Really?
I don't remember
only recency bias because I barely remember those movies, to be honest.
Scream 4's got
4 had
Aiden.
the fun twist with and the forgotten Culkin.
the Culkin, the arguably better Culkin.
Yeah, what are you talking about, Grant? You're way off base. 4 is great.
And apparently it's got Alison Brie and Kristen Bell.
Oh, true. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
not
Four's
neither of which
alright.
I remember at all. No, Scream 4's good. Because
Is 3 any good? I can't remember.
3's
Three-
Hollywood, where there's a bunch of ghosts.
Yeah.
Three
brother.
is really fun. Like 3 is not a great film, but it's really fun.
Maybe it doesn't
Scream
rank
2 is-
above any of them.
Scream 2 is probably the most forgettable in my mind.
But Timothy Oliphant.
So that's it. Great casting. Oliphant
Yeah.
and Randy gets it, which is a real tragedy. But that feels like they are rehashing the first movie a lot more. So Scream 2 in my mind's like the least memorable, but then 4's good. 5, what happens in 5?
5's the first one with
That's when
Melissa
General
and
Jenny
Jenna.
comes in. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one's fine. I actually don't love that one that much. Scream 6 though, I think was pretty kick-ass.
No, because Scream 5
Scream
has,
5's the one with Dewey getting
what's her name?
got.
Yeah.
Oscar winner Mikey Madison, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And I forget who's the. I forget. Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid.
Yes, yeah, they're the
Yeah,
killers.
Scream 5. No, I
Yeah,
think
no,
7's
Scream
the
5's
weakest. I think
Yeah, I
7 is the
agree.
weakest.
I fully agree. Like, I still think it's good. I really don't think it's as bad as the reviews are saying, but
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, definitely lacking.
All right. Well, if you want to hear our reviews for those other movies, we've definitely done them over the years. Check them out on our
We've done all
podcast
of them.
feed. We've done all 6 of them. No, not 6 episodes, though. I think there's 3 other episodes, maybe. Check them out.
Did we do 2? Yeah, how do we?
I think
I think we
did 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Or did we do 1, 2, 3?
No.
No,
We did
5,
one.
6?
We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
No, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah,
I
maybe
remember we
that's
did the first. We did the first 4 of them as one.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did
Anyway.
5 and 6.
Check it out on a feed. Tell us if I can remember, if I remembered correctly. I'm pretty sure. Conan, what are we doing next fortnight?
So we're going to do an unofficial trilogy. We're doing the Adam McKay mediocre white guy trilogy. Shut up, Luke! I swear to God.
I hate these.
Luke, you introduced this shit.
So the Adam McKay mediocre white guy trilogy, which consists of timeless classics Anchorman, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, and Step Brothers. Now, I'm probably going to watch the other guys as well.
I was going to
because
say,
that
and
does fit in.
for extra homework, the other guys fits in with that category as well.
For real heads, that's what it's actually
Mediocre
called
white
trilogy.
guy trilogy. Like, that's pretty fitting for us 3.
Hey, hey.
Yes, that's why I'm doing it.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get us to look in the mirror.
exactly.
So, get ready to laugh, is my point.
Get ready to listen to us quote those movies for an hour and a half. It'll be a hell of a time. Except for Luke. Luke
Nothing
hates
to do
these
more.
movies. So for those of you who have been
Yeah.
crying out for a bit more division on our opinion in this podcast, Luke
You'll
hates
get it.
hates these movies
get it.
and he will be miserable. So enjoy that. Enjoy that.
The only thing that would make these movies worse for me is if Nicolas Cage was in it.
Oh, we need a Nicolas Cage trilogy next.
Yeah, that's my next thing. I'm
What's
I'm
his-
on it, fellas.
What's his Indiana
it National
Jones
Treasure?
knockoff National Treasure? When's the National Treasure
National
3?
Treasure, yeah.
Come on.
shit.
Get on that, Disney.
National Treasure's good.
It's fine.
It-
I
it's
regularly my Google history keeps telling me I've looked for National Treasure 3 multiple times.
Because you're like,
Right.
I'm waiting to do the trilogy.
I've just been waiting and waiting to do this
You're a
trilogy. And I continue,
fan.
like, it has an IMDb page, right? It must exist. It must be coming.
It's coming. Apparently,
Well, there's no date,
Nicolas
though.
Nicolas Cage is heavily rumored to be the lead in the next True Detective season.
Oh.
How freaking cool is that? Nicolas Cage smoking, talking about death.
Did you see that Spider-Man trailer? His
out.
Spider-Noir trailer as well?
No, I saw they dropped that, but I didn't watch it. I'm excited.
So they're releasing it in black and white and then in color, which is
cool.
It's pretty hot. Anyway, we digress. We better wrap this podcast up.
He also made a horror movie about Jesus' dad, which is pretty kick-ass. Nicolas Cage is awesome. What's wrong with you, Luke? Holy shit.
Big is a good movie. I'll say that. That's it.
All right. Thanks for joining us for the good, the bad, and the worst. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate us on iTunes and Spotify. It helps us out greatly. This podcast is brought to you by a couple of books by Conan Clark, The Taste of Iron and God Grotesque. Catch us next fortnight for that made-up trilogy about mediocre white guys. It'll be fun. Luke's going to hate it. Just enjoy that. Yep. Enjoy Luke hating it. All right. Thanks for joining us.
Exactly.